Yeah, it's always an odd thing to record these.
And many more.
Oh my God. That's what I was going to say. I was going to do it nonchalantly without pointing a big arrow at it. But for those of you who are listening to this on day one, you're a bit early. But if you're listening to it the next day, if you're a day late,
if you saved yourself,
then you might be $1 short because you spent that $1 and got me a birthday gift. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the 28th, that's my birthday. So.
Wow. We finally revealed it.
Yeah.
The big mystery's been solved.
Yeah, because I guess this can't have been.
No, but we just never give a date.
I wonder what my birthday was last year. Like, I wonder what episode that was.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody can tell us out
Leave
there.
us a comment on this website and tell us what my birthday was last year as far as our own episodes go. But this year, the only thing I know I want to do, because I don't have a lot of plans.
Right.
But the one thing I do know I want to do is Universal Studios has their Mardi Gras event going on. And I want to go suck the heads.
Oh, God. We're back to this.
Yeah, you're going to join me and you're going to do it at least once.
No.
You're going to have a fishy vape.
No. Anything but that. Give me a mirror. I'm going to say Candyman a couple times.
He's going to pop out, and that's how he's going to kill you, is he's going to overfeed you crawdads.
God, no.
It's going to take a long time. They're like a pomegranate. They take a long time to eat.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. The pomegranate or the pomegranate's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
You ever have pomegranate juice? Good for your heart.
Yeah.
So are mud bugs. But they have their Mardi Gras concert series, and on the 28th, RuPaul is going to be there.
Yeah. Doing a DJ set?
DJ set, yeah. And I don't know if that's RuPaul in or out of drag. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck. It'll
be interesting.
I'd love to go see RuPaul while eating beignets and perhaps a Bloody Mary.
Those beignets were good.
That's what you said.
That's the nice thing is that we could go.
Yeah.
We could be there because we're pass holders.
And we might. I will be.
Yeah. But if you're out there, guys, on the day, and you're listening to this while you're walking around Universal, keep your eye out. We could be there.
We're right behind you. But the only thing that's going to be a little strange is knowing that behind the stage is going to be the abandoned refuse that was Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah, Hollywood's Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah, they've
one of
torn
the worst roller coasters I've ever ridden.
Everybody always says that. I liked that ride.
I've never had a good experience on it.
It was from going straight up and into like that first loop going straight down. I thought that was fun. I like the music element too.
Yeah, I think all of that is an incredible idea for a ride. I think the way that they pulled it off, awful.
I'm also going to miss the blinky lights at night.
Oh, yeah.
I like
those are cool.
We've already had our first Horror Night season without that being kind of like a visual staple. But yeah, it'll be gone, being replaced now confirmed. Now they are literally, promoting it. It's going to be a Fast and the Furious roller coaster.
Hollywood Drift. Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's a similar, it's the same name, but it's a similar build to the one that they are about to open in at Universal Hollywood.
Yeah. You and I discussed this while we were hanging out, I think this last week, I said, man, that's really stupid because that is not like, and I used the word popular. So it's not popular at all. And you were like, you underestimate how much people love those movies. And I was like, I am talking about right now.
You're talking about regular people, not you.
Right. I'm talking about your average guy walking to
Ross Bacon.
Like, hey, how important is the Fast and the Furious franchise to you? And they're like, well, Beans Morocco, I'm glad you asked. And they would say probably not a lot. But they're like, oh, flagship, the thing in the very front of the park. That's going to be. And so what you said is, you did like a fake pitch. You're like, Universal, good at knowing what was best for the park 10 years ago, but we're going to do it now.
Yeah, their mark is typically missed when it comes to popularity of a product that they then are just like, well, yeah, I guess we'll make that into a show or a ride. But I will say that Fast and the Furious, even if you're not a fan, is one of the like top 5 highest grossing franchises in the world.
Yeah.
So it is still popular. And I think the ride design, again, it could suck because Rip Ride Rocket had a cool design. I just didn't like it. But I think this design is a neat idea.
I wonder what they then do with the Fast and the Furious ride that is currently there.
We know that it is closing.
So it is literally just almost a 1-for-1 of Disney and what they're doing with Rock and Roller Coaster and then the Muppets.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this weekend that it drops, I believe Sunday, March 1st is the last day to ride the Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith,
which is very good.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great ride. It's probably my first. I think it was my first coaster that went upside down.
Yeah, I can't ride roller coasters because if I do, I will snap in half, and then I'll go over a loop.
And then your top half
will cascade down from the apex of the loop down to the bottom where the coaster car kind of meets that opposite of the whatever that is,
the pinnacle of the loop.
Yeah, and I'll fall down, but I'll then be backwards. My top half will be backwards.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I guess I'm not a scientist, but maybe my head would be in my ass. Maybe I'd fall head first. The top half of me would fall head first down into my ass. That's crazy to think about. Guys, think about that. Hello and welcome to the Third Channel Podcast,
where we delve into the horror franchises you love from the perspectives of a lifelong horror fan
and a newbie to the genre. I'm PJ.
And I'm Derek.
And today, the only thing we're here to talk about is horror.
I was wondering when it was going to show up.
Yeah, right at the end there.
Yeah.
Today's
surprised me.
Yeah, today's low energy.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, let's rip that bit. Well, first Band-Aid to rip off. We're talking about Leprechaun 2.
Oh, yeah.
If you liked Leprechaun, you're probably not going to love Leprechaun 2. If you didn't like Leprechaun, no way in hell you like Leprechaun 2.
You don't think there's people who like it more?
No. But there's no way you see this one and you're like, this is the good one.
This is where it really, they hit their stride.
Yeah. What I will say is it's not a huge decline in quality. It's just the first one's already like, yeah, we get it. You're doing every gimmick and cliche in the book. And this one, it's like, oh, you're just doing them again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're doing insanely stupid things.
Yeah, it doesn't push too far.
No.
Or far enough, really.
No, but there are some good parts about this. Yeah. So general housekeeping. I am now very ill.
Yeah.
You had been.
Yeah. I probably didn't sound good last week. Not to say I sound good this week either.
No, you sound
I may
better this
never
week.
sound good ever.
Especially if you're saying a person's name.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, whatever you got, and remember whom you got it from, I then now have it.
Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't have been making out like we were.
Too bad.
It was Valentine's Day weekend. And
Sir Henry's.
We were smooching.
We were smooching each other. We were smooching Sir Henry.
Some randos out there.
We were smooching pickles. Oh my God. Just a couple of pickle smooches. This one is odd in 100,000 ways. But the way it is, the thing about it that is odd to me that I'm starting to realize is happening more and more is this one has the same syndrome that Candyman 3 had for me.
Okay.
Which is I sat down to watch it. I was like, well, 3's the one in Vegas. And I remember 1 because it's the original. Oh God, I have no idea what idea what happens in this movie.
Yeah. I couldn't have really told you either. Because, yeah, Vegas in 3 is where my head goes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, 4 is in space. So you can't.
Oh, man. Four's got a fucking demon from Friday the 13th back. And he's going to walk around and he's going to say, ooh, baby. Hey, baby. Yeah, but as far as this one goes, sorry guys, you got to wait a couple weeks to get to the one that's like so weird that we're gonna actually. I'm probably gonna enjoy talking about that one because it's so fucking weird.
Leprechaun 4 is one of those really, it is like I don't know what to expect with that one on the rewatch.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect narrative wise on this one, but I knew the second you see like the hearst with like the Doomsday whatever tour thing on the side of it, I was like, oh, I remember not liking this at all. It was like a repressed memory. It's like seeing somebody's face and you're like, ooh, I know them from somewhere that I don't like. It was that, but a movie.
Is that Ross Bacon?
I gave this movie a surprisingly high score too.
You always do.
I gave it 2 stars.
It's the thing that I found the most funny with our Letterboxd is like you will hate a movie and like really talk it down afterwards. And then you'd rate it and somehow your rating would like sometimes be higher than mine. And it's like, okay, we clearly have different scales.
Yeah, I'm bad at specifically rating things. And I think part of the reason why is because I try to do it like based on like the vibe, and then I'm having a good time because I'm watching a movie and I'm hanging out. So like it's never going to be too bad. Now it's different. Now I base it off of how angry it's made me. Now I base it off of how many dogs it's made me want to shoot.
Yeah, I get home from work and then I like the lights are all off, and it's like Kato and the Green Hornet. Like you pop out at me and attack me at random places if you've watched a bad movie that night. Yeah.
See, what I was going to say is that this is like it's like a sort of Christy Noam sliding scale of, you see it. It's like how many stars? It's like, well, how many dogs would she shoot out of rage for having seen this film? So
too many.
2 stars is what I gave it. So I assume that's 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
2 chili dogs, which is another line in this movie.
What about the chili dogs?
What about the chili dogs, Ian? What about the chili dogs?
Do you think that they were sucking on them?
Okay, so let's have another one of these moments where you and I have a conversation without letting the audience in, and then eventually we'll catch up to them.
Yeah.
But like, that's a desperate play to be like, but what about the chili dogs, right?
Do you remember the chili dogs? I thought those meant something to you.
Get over here and eat this chili dog. And then fuck me. Do you recall the first time that you saw the sequel to the original Leprechaun in this being Leprechaun 2?
It was like 12 years ago. No, it was no. I had seen the original a couple times, and basically this is a franchise that like I had heard nothing but bad about everything else, and so I was like, the original was fine. But I don't necessarily need to continue this right now.
Sure, makes sense.
And so I didn't watch any of the rest of these until you and I watched them together.
Okay, so we watched this one at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched it all. And then, as we've said on the show before, there are entries, the very final entries of this we still have not seen.
Yeah.
So we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be glorious.
Yeah, this one seems to have lost a lot of the goodwill that the first one had for me, where like I was willing to forgive things and I was willing to look the other way because of both Warwick's casting and just the general silliness of the film.
Yeah.
But this one, it makes it worse.
It doesn't have the acting chops of a Jennifer Aniston.
No.
Even though it was like her first role, she still did a pretty good job.
Instead, you have Stinkface McDead Eyes. She's terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's not great.
Yeah, she's not great when she is our main romantic lead in Leprechaun 2. This time, luck has nothing to do with it. 1,000 years ago, the leprechaun left a bloody trail when he ripped through the countryside in search of his stolen gold. Now he's back in the big city, using all of his deadly tricks to snare the girl of his nightmares. His bloody quest becomes more deadly when her boyfriend steals one of the leprechaun's gold coins. The town soon discovers 2 dead bodies, and a trail of gold dust leads them to the leprechaun's lair.
Okay.
Are they in New York?
I thought they were in LA.
I thought they were in fucking LA too, because at one point in the beginning, he's like,
they're absolutely in LA
because of the Hollywood tours, and they're
Yeah.
on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, and I like.
Okay, good. Because at one point he's even like, "Why don't you try Disneyland?"
Yes.
Oh man.
So yeah, either that's written wrong or.
Okay. Do they call LA the big city?
I guess they can. They don't call. I mean, New York they'd call it Big Apple.
Right. So is compare apples to cities here. Is New York the apple and LA is the city?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys.
Well, and they couldn't be in New York because Jason had already taken it over at this point.
Yeah.
He's the mayor of New York.
He's the man in the sewer.
Yeah.
He's the Muppet melting from the acid. This is the second week in a row where we're just riffing about other movies at this point to avoid, like, because now we're going to talk about the way that this movie was made and then the actual movie.
Oh, I don't have much notes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this will be a lightning fast whole episode of this show.
Okay, well then here, ready?
People have already turned off though.
No, here, because I got this. This is how professional this is going to sound. Ready? So now we're going to go over to our facts and figures segment with your host, Derek Rosenberg. Derek, please.
Oh, Leprechaun 2 released April 18th of 1994.
Which is interesting because I was alive.
Oh.
I saw this
Uh-huh.
in theater.
And then we're celebrating your birthday
Yeah.
now
Right.
by reviewing it,
Mm-hmm.
talking about it, and discussing it.
I was so young and my mom was like, you know what? Sure. That's the one.
Uh-huh. It was a very special one for you, I'm sure.
Mhm.
It's directed by Rodman Flender. It's written by Turi Meyer and Al Septian, names we've heard before. Produced by Donald P. Borchers, Mark Jones, and Michael Prescott. The cinematographer is Jane Castle, who had also done Fresh Kill, a 94 sci-fi drama, Fistful of Flies, a 96 thriller, and then When the Camera Stopped Rolling, a 2021 documentary that is apparently about her filmmaker mother and women's roles in the film industry. Which I don't know anything about that, but I am now interested to see that doc. So the editors on this are Christopher Roth, who we spoke about last week, who had done Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Return of the Living Dead 3, Leprechaun, Hatchet, Sharknado 3. The other editor, Richard Gentner, had done Munchie in 92, Carnosaur in 93. I believe that is a Roger Corman film. Ghoulies 4 in 94.
4.
And Vampirella in 96.
Oh my God.
The budget for this film. Now, do you remember what it was for Leprechaun?
No.
Wasn't a ton. It was $900,000.
Okay.
But it made a huge box office. So they bumped this up to $1.5 million.
Oh, how generous.
But
This did not make that back.
it did. It made $2.3 million.
Okay.
But that's
razor
a
thin. Yeah.
lot less than $8.5 million that the original Leprechaun made.
Yeah.
So this was the final installment of this franchise to have a theatrical release until Leprechaun Origins in 2014. But yeah, we go to VHS only for a while after this, guys. So
Yeah.
you can only imagine the quality of these films.
They're grainy. The fucking tape.
Well, yeah, we're only watching them on tape.
Yeah. We bought a VHS for this reason.
So the director Rodman Flender had also done The Unborn, a 1991 horror film produced by Roger Corman. So he's a Corman guy. That's how he kind of got his start. He did the dark comedy Idle Hands in 99, the dark comedy Eat Brains Love in 2019, and then some TV work, including 2 episodes of Tales from the Crypt, 5 episodes of Party of 5 starring Nev Campbell. And then he did an episode of Dawson's Creek, which is called The Scare, which was a parody of Scream. And then 2 episodes of Scream, the TV series.
Okay.
So he's, kind of done some interesting stuff there.
Yeah.
Writers Turi Meyer and El Septian are a writing, producing team. They had also worked on Sleep Stalker in 95, Candyman, Day of the Dead. That's where we've talked about them before. Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, They worked on some Smallville stuff, and they wrote and produced the Spider-Man 3 video game.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Producer Donald P. Borchers was the producer on Children of the Corn in 84, Vamp in 86, and then the TV version of Children of the Corn in 09, and was executive producer on Children of the Corn in 2020.
So he really likes corn and kids.
Yeah, that's what he loves.
Good for him.
Fuji's and Funyuns. The other producer, Mark Jones, was the director of Leprechaun. He had directed Rumpelstiltskin, the fantasy horror in 95, Quiet Kill, crime thriller in 04, Triloquist in 08, and Scorned in 2013. And then co-producer Michael Prescott was also a producer on Leprechaun, Rumpelstiltskin, 3 episodes of Nightman, and then a TV thriller from 99 called The Darwin Conspiracy. The music in this film is done by Jonathan Elias, who had also done the music for Children of the Corn in 84, Vamp, Parents, a dark comedy in 89. Apparently there was a 2000 era TV series for The Invisible Man that he did the music for.
Okay, interesting.
And then in 07, the historical action film Pathfinder, and he did the music for Children of the Corn on TV in 09.
Okay, very cool.
So after finishing the original film, series creator Mark Jones had really hoped for a sequel, obviously. And he only agreed to stay on as a producer, though, because he was busy writing Rumpelstiltskin at the time while they were filming this movie. So, that was basically, he was hoping to be able to create another horror franchise of his own characters.
I just imagine hey, sorry I've been kind of unavailable. I'm really trying to storyboard and workshop this horror movie called Rumpelstiltskin, and it's about the little guy who does the hay and the gold or whatever. And they're like, oh well, here, and they just put on Leprechaun, and just do that again.
He's like, I'll try.
I bet it's very similar.
I would think so. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
But I've seen it's one of those covers that I've seen in movie stores and browsing on Tubi and whatnot.
Is Warwick Davis in it?
No.
Okay.
But he basically told the studio to run with it, and while he was making his movie with Dino De Laurentiis, who is a name we haven't spoken of in a while, but he had worked on. He was a producer for Army of Darkness, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 treatments that were written by Turi Meyer and El Septian. The first that they had wrote in 1993 had the leprechaun living in an oak tree, but instead it was covered in a patch of 4-leaf clovers that kept him kind of trapped in the base of it until 4 drunk teenagers approached celebrating St. Patty's Day, and they had walked through the park. And so they pick them, the 4-leaf clovers, one by one, until they eventually free the leprechaun, who comes out, says, "Your luck just ran out," and scares them away. And then he would, go across the city and discover a carnival that said pot of gold to anyone who can ring the bell. And then he goes to claim that, and it would focus on a 14-year-old boy named Jackie O'Day, his single mother Margaret, and then the brute of an owner of the carnival, Shaughnessy.
Okay.
There is a whole lot of other description of that online, but I'm not going to go into it. But a couple of those names kind of stayed over the into this one, and then one of the other discarded drafts instead focused on how the leprechaun would seek revenge on Tori Redding, tricking her into marrying him. So Jennifer Aniston was offered $25,000 apparently. Oh no. But she refused to reprise her role as that character because she was focusing on her TV series Friends at the time.
Yeah.
The biggest show on the planet Earth. But Trimark Pictures decided it would not scrap the entire idea of that leprechaun plot where he's in search of a bride, as they considered it a profitable premise for their teenage audience.
Everybody knows that teenagers like to watch the wee people fuck.
Mm-hmm.
His words, by the way.
Yeah. Heather Langenkamp was considered and offered a role as Bridget, but she turned it down to work on New Nightmare.
Smart of her.
Yes. Denise Richards was also a major contender for the role of Bridget. Both she and Siobhan Durkin, who eventually got the role, starred in Tammy and the T-Rex the same year that this movie was released. I love Tammy and the T-Rex.
Okay.
The original draft also featured several scenes and subplots that ended up being cut out. Some of them were actually filmed. The main one there is a love triangle between Bridget, Cody, and Ian. That was a much larger plot point originally. Ian was going to be kind of more of a main character who appeared throughout the whole movie. But reshoots reduced his role to basically the 2 scenes that we see him in. And this gives Morty more to do and then cut out, some other characters that we don't see at all. And finally, it was originally planned to film Leprechaun 2 and 3 back to back with Bridget, Cody, Ian originally, some of the other characters returning for part 3. But the studio later scrapped that idea to film Leprechaun 3 immediately afterwards. So then that resulted in most of Leprechaun 2's footage being scrapped or rewritten before doing reshoots.
And all of those people were like, well, we're definitely going to be in the 3rd one, right? And the director and the producer was like, yeah, definitely. And they're like, okay, because you're shooting it right when you're done with this one, right? And they're like, yeah.
That was the plan.
It's like, is it to keep up with our schedules? And it's like, yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, and then they all get that letter the next day. It's like, pack your shit and go. And they're like, you know what? I don't care that your movie's about Warwick Davis in tiny dance shoes.
Look. They possess telekinetic powers and can turn invisible at will. They are masters of illusion. Both leprechauns and fairies can only be harmed by wrought iron.
Right. And they're all greedy as hell, and they love to drink, and they make those shoes, and they all have little pots of gold, and if you catch them, they grant you 3 wishes, and all the rest of that crap. Look, I have read that stuff. It's made up. It's not real. I use that kind of junk to sucker in the tourists.
Would you listen to me, please, Morty? On his 1000th birthday, the leprechaun laid claim to the lass, and by daybreak she was never heard from again. My God, that's why he came for Bridget.
I should have returned this book to the library 5 years ago. I don't know what you saw, but leprechauns don't exist.
What's that you say? Leprechauns don't exist? I want big gold!
I truly believe that is the funniest turn from a character's disbelief into belief of all time.
Yeah, the immediate reveal.
There is no such thing as leprechauns. There's no such thing as leprechauns, you say. Holy shit, a leprechaun. It's immediate. It's hilarious. Morty's total like, oh, okay. And I think it's because he's a kooky old drunk. Mm-hmm. But him immediately being like, okay, I was wrong about this. I give you credit. It's like, that's what Jesus should do. Or, Santa Claus or any of these things. You got to believe. Believing is, or faith is believing, not seeing. It's like, yeah, but seeing goes a long way, obviously.
Yeah. So they should just show up and hit you with a shillelagh.
Well, and if you're an Irish, mythical fake creature known as a leprechaun, you should keep a slave 1,000 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Well, 1,000 years before 94.
Yeah. The year is 994, apparently.
Well, it'd have to be, yeah.
Yeah, we start with a title of Ireland Once Upon a Time because, this movie is a big retcon of everything we saw in the first movie.
That's true.
They start in Ireland. It's set on St. Paddy's Day, March 17th, which apparently is this leprechaun's birthday. And he's celebrating 1,000 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But the leprechaun, I like his little, the change in his design here.
Yeah.
He's
wearing Father Christmas shit.
Yeah, that's a good pull.
He's got his little hat and he's got a little cape.
And you get, it starts with a bunch of almost POV of chasing this dude through the woods. And then he's just the leprechaun's just kind of messing with him the whole time. He's in complete control.
The dude is like, I am a slave. So what's it going to take me to not be that? And he says, because this is important, I can't believe that this is remotely important. Mm-hmm. But he says, if a woman that a leprechaun eyes for his bride sneezes 3 times and doesn't get a bless you, then we're married.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And I don't know if that's like actual Leprechaun lore, because they don't necessarily say that. Like in the clip that we played, they're talking about lore, but they don't mention the three sneezes outright.
Well, for this, it has to be because it is the entire film is predicated on exactly that.
Yeah. The Leprechaun, returning actor Warwick Davis. We're going to talk about this dude like 6 times. I'm not going to go through his. You know who Warwick Davis is.
Yeah,
he's the
guy.
Leprechaun.
He's the man in the hat with the buckle.
William O'Day gets a very small part here. Basically, this movie has about 4 parts.
Right.
And then everyone else are one-off bit characters that are all played by character actors who you know from other things.
Right.
William O'Day is played by James Lancaster, who has small parts in Titanic, The Prestige, and Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. But yes, the Leprechaun is playing a trick on him and is going to marry his daughter, which is
not what the guy said to do. The guy said that he had to marry his mother-in-law.
Right.
But for some reason, he just went with someone else.
Right. He's the best at this. But yeah, it's a bunch of trickery. And because it's like they agree of like, oh, well, you don't want to be my slave anymore. Well, as soon as I get married, then you won't be. I will free you.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, then I'll help you. I'll help you get a bride. I don't care. And then it's like, oh, by the way, it's your daughter.
So then the Leprechaun keeps making her sneeze. And then finally the slave gentleman is like, bless you. I got to get the fuck out of here. And he turns and he starts to run away. Does he make it?
He doesn't.
Oh,
because the Leprechaun has like Jedi powers and like can stop you where you're standing and then raises him into the air and like snaps his neck or whatever, like strangles him. Which I guess we saw a little bit in the first movie. He levitates a couple things, but they definitely seem to be more powerful here.
Yeah.
He basically says, once this opening scene is done, he's going to make a bride of the descendant of his slave O'Day on his next 1000th birthday.
Right.
And then we get kind of a, like, I don't know if it's neat. I don't know, but somebody there had to be an artist who drew this thing. But the opening credits roll over this long scroll that has all these drawings on it of different women.
Yeah, what I will say is there are a few of them that look like photo, like
somebody just traced.
Not
over
even
like a photo?
Somebody took a photo and ran it through a program and made it look like somebody took a picture with a digital camera and then ran it to make it look like a drawing. Because I think it's like third from last is definitely Carla Gugino.
Oh yeah,
like spit an image to the point where I was like, she's in this movie.
You're hoping.
Well, yeah, she would have been a great Bernadette. Bernie Sanders. Bridget
is her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of follows down the line of all the women in the O'Day family, and also their immigration to the U.S. eventually.
Yeah.
So then 1,000 years later in Los Angeles, I think we get a title. So I don't know what you were reading, but
it says the big city.
Yeah. But on St. Patty's Day, 1994 in Los Angeles, there's a young man named Cody. He works with his uncle Morty. They give like
a shitty cheap ghost tour.
Yeah, and it's like because you get those buses and you get those flyers from people when you're there where it's like, oh, do you want to see the houses of celebrities? We're going to go on a celebrity bus tour where you can see the Boreanaz house. And in this case, it's like, oh, they drive around and they see like where celebrities like died, like famous deaths.
Right. And the whole thing takes place there. Instead of a bus, it is like a 6-seater hearse.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the tour company.
No, it's like Dark Side Tours.
Scary as hell tour time.
But they're running a scam.
And it's like, at first it seems like it's a scam in the sense of, Well, yeah, they're driving you to these places, and it's like a super low effort kind of thing. But then as their tour goes along, you realize that they're lying.
Yeah.
That it is a bona fide scam.
Oh, absolutely. But it is funny, like the amount of work that they did go through to like deck out this hearse in like sound effects and lighting and things like that. But yeah, Cody Ingalls is played by Charlie Heath. Would you believe hasn't done a whole lot?
I would not have a problem believing that.
He was in the 1993 The Beverly Hillbillies film.
Okay.
Do you remember in the 90s whenever they made like comedy movies of all the 70s TV shows?
Yeah, like the
There were Brady
John
Bunch
Goodman,
movies.
Flintstones movies.
Oh yeah, the Flintstones
yeah.
movie. But yeah, this Beverly Hillbillies starred Jim Varney.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy.
Charlie Heath was also in an episode of Party of Five with Nev Campbell. He was in Friends Till the End, a TV thriller from 1997, directed by Jack Bender, who had also directed, you want to take a guess? Something we've covered?
No.
Child's Play 3.
Okay. Yeah, I would never have guessed that. I was thinking Friday's Revenge, but that's Jack's shoulder.
Yeah.
He's my op. I like him the least.
And then Uncle Morty is played by Sandy Barron, who is like he's a comedian and like a TV actor, but he's best known for like The Out of Towners, a 1970 comedy. He was in a neo-noir film in 78 called Straight Time, the horror comedy Vamp from 86. And then he's also in 4 episodes of Seinfeld as a character named Jack Klompus. So that might be something if you know Seinfeld. I don't know.
Shit, is that Krampus?
It is.
Damn, dude.
So do you feel like they're trying to do a Back to the Future Marty and Doc Brown relationship here?
I don't think that that's what they're trying for. I think if anything, they're trying for a parody of that. But not even a parody in the sense of like, look, we've got them, we've got the old one. It's like their roles are also completely butt fucked. Like, because Morty is the Doc equivalent, but Morty is drunk out of his mind and very old and like definitely like a cheat. Like a cheapskate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love Morty in this. He gives like George Carlin vibes to me.
Yeah, it's the smokery sort of voice and the very, very distinct teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he where we meet Morty is our lead, Cody is walking. Is
Charlie's
walking.
the actor's name. Cody is the
Charlie. Hey Charlie. How old were you during Hurricane Katrina? Leave us a comment. But Cody is gotten 2 groups of people to join his tour this evening, run by Morty. Morty's going to run the tour, and he's just barking the tickets. One of the couples is No Names, from what I'm aware of.
Yeah, like the Midwestern guy is played by Andrew Craig. He was in The Toxic Avenger, and he would be in Ghoulies 4. I literally could not find who his wife is. But then the other tourist
is some lady.
The tourist girlfriend is played by Kimmy Robertson. She's in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and she is in Twin Peaks.
Okay.
So she has like, that's where you would know her from.
Yeah, and then he is Clint Howard.
Yeah, he is.
We keep having to talk about Clint Howard.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a point where Cody is like, "Oh, are you scared of this thing? Well, there's an ice cream parlor you can meet us at down the road there." And he would, of course, Clint Howard would be an ice cream man in 1995.
Fucking some old Italian man with a sack of drowned cats is like, and if you want a hot dog, over there is a great place to find one.
But be careful of those rats.
They're eating me alive.
Clint Howard, we will talk about again eventually. He is in Terrifier 3.
Yep.
But yeah. We talked about him the other day. I don't know why. You were talking about his like mouth for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. he is a strange looking guy, which means that anytime that he can get brought up, it's a very specific thing where not anyone else could be brought up for one. Like if you're referencing Clint Howard, it's like you couldn't say, oh, like a Clint Howard type. It's like, no, it's just the one of them.
Just the one. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Just the one.
It's like a Steve Buscemi type. It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's just the one guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cody is gotten this tour filled, which I will also say the other couple that he gives like the climb in the back of the hearse, you're in the specialty
The
seats.
deluxe viewing. Yeah.
There's literally no windows back there. They've paid more to see less.
Yeah, it's a scam.
Is that a scam?
It's all a scam. Everything in the big city of New LA is New LA, York. Stein.
That's where we're gonna escape from one day.
Oh no!
But yeah, Morty is he's drunk.
Yeah, he's at a bar and he's trying to sell shares in this franchisable horror attraction.
Yeah,
where he has gotten the guy so plastered that he's not awake to have a conversation with Morty about buying or selling this stock, I assume. So then Morty's like, hey, you saw this, right? To the bartender. He's like, you're my witness.
You're my witness to this transaction.
And he sells another 5% of the stocks of the company to a stranger. And then only after that does Corey's in the house, Chase McIntyre.
Cody?
Cody, there it is. He...
Corey's in the house.
Easily the most forgettable person that has ever lived is this guy. But he walks in and he's like, "Hey, I'm taking my girl out for lunch, so you're gonna have to hurry up." And Morty's like, "What? For lunch? I don't know that I'm gonna be able to drive." And it's like, "Morty, did you get drunk again?" And he's like, all the time, baby."
I love that they have a routine here.
Yeah.
With the ice bucket. But yeah, they basically he's still too drunk, and so Cody's gonna have to do the drive, which means he's gonna have to blow off his girlfriend, who he was supposed to be going on a date with,
which he does, and she gets upset. But you wouldn't really be able to tell that because she is a terrible, terrible actress.
Bridget Callum is played by Siobhan Durkin. She was in a 1993 thriller called The Liars Club. She is in a movie called Ghost in the Machine, a sci-fi horror film from 93, directed by Rachel Talalay.
Okay.
Director of Freddy's Dead. And then, like I said, she's also in Tammy and the T-Rex, a sci-fi comedy starring Paul Walker, to wrap it back into our Fast and the Furious chat from earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it.
We did it.
He's done it. I didn't do it. You did it.
You helped.
This is your day, baby.
But yeah, she is not that they know this yet, but she is the descendant of the O'Day bloodline.
Yes.
And so they go on this little tour, and it's a scam. But eventually they drop her off at a because they were supposed to be going to the Grand Prix go-kart place. And so they drive over there, and Cody and Bridget stop at this racetrack.
One of the people in the tour is like, well, what the fuck are we doing here? What does this have to do with ghosts?
Bathroom break, 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it works, which is funny because I guess if you're that oblivious as a tourist, you would just be oblivious to anything that they're doing.
Yeah. As they're kind of driving around initially, there is like a homeless man who pops up and frightens them.
Yeah.
And then he goes off into the brush there, and he lays down beside this tree, drinking a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And said whiskey then gets telekinesed.
Yeah, it levitates and floats over where
it's then like goes down
guy
into the roots of this tree, and then the leprechaun comes out of the tree. Now, my question is, if at the beginning of this film takes place in Ireland, and how did he get here to the big city of LA in this tree?
Okay, well, in the movie prior to this one,
Tori?
Yeah, God. The problem is I can't even remember the names of the people in this movie.
Uh-huh.
So there's zero way I'm ever going to be able to draw a line of comparison from storytelling to the last one. I guess just move past it because there's zero some chance of us being able to do that. Because he's in the I remember O'Grady's. Okay, because he's in the O'Grady farm,
right?
And that's in a different state. Is that in California?
It's in North Dakota.
Okay,
but then at the very end of that movie, he gets blown up.
Right.
Or he gets like burned and then thrown into the well, and then they blow up the well.
And there is a 4-leaf clover, assumedly somewhere to keep him down. In his body.
But somehow he ends up in this tree,
and he's also been there for 1,000 years.
Right,
from Ireland.
Right. Do you think they transported over a tree from Ireland?
No.
Oh,
I think they didn't care at all.
Well,
the amount of work that we just spent is equal to Dino De Laurentiis ordering a sandwich from like some guy walking around with a clipboard. He finishes his sandwich order, spit has flown all over this kid's face, and he turns around and he goes, "What are we talking about? Where the leprechaun was? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Just move forward." Why are we having this discussion?
But the leprechaun kind of wraps the homeless guy in like roots, and then
another power
steals his gold tooth.
Yeah,
but he's used a bunch of telekinesis to do all this other stuff. But he just manually reaches in and just yanks that tooth out.
He does,
and he puts his little boot right on his chest.
His little buckled boot.
Mm-hmm. The homeless guy here is played by Billy Beck, who was in The Blob, the '88 remake, playing a character named the Can Man. I only assume is also homeless.
Whoa. So you have the ice cream man, the can man, and the candy man, all versus the leprechaun.
But yeah, the leprechaun is out there now. He's been loosed from this tree, almost for no apparent reason other than I guess it's his birthday. He woke up on his birthday.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's like there has to be something about her coming of age to some degree, because it does seem like he's just kind of randomly awoken.
Yeah, because I mean he says it's going to happen on his 1000th birthday, but then it's like I don't know. They I guess they needed a character because the homeless guy shows up again at the police station,
right,
raving about this thing has happened to leprechauns out there. He attacked me and stole my gold tooth.
If they knew where he was going to be under this tree or whatever, you would think he'd be like the prime candidate, because people say this happens all the time of a post-birth abortion. Because it's like he's in there for 1,000 years. He's cooking. He's a little green guy, and he's getting ready to be birthed back out into the world. And you just wait and you spawn camp him, and as soon as he comes up, you get a 4-leaf clover and you stick it in his mouth.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's supposed to be the same leprechaun.
There's no way it's a different leprechaun. There's no way.
But okay, I don't know. Then how did he get there?
I
need to know.
A multiverse.
There's no truth in this art.
There's no art in this movie.
Maybe. But yeah, Cody and Bridget, they stop at the go-kart place where they were supposed to meet up with their friends anyway.
Yeah.
And they go into the office there and they meet with Ian, who is an employee and a friend of theirs, apparently. Ian Joyce is played by Adam Beese. And I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, he kind of hears the argument that they have of like, you wouldn't even leave your fucking ghost tour to just take me on this date like you promised you would. And then he makes this, Ian from the go-kart track makes this big to-do of being like, hey, I quit my fucking job. I'm calling all these bitches. One of you get better, come over here and cover my shift. Oh, you got it? All right, cool. And then he hangs up and he's like, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
Let me put my arm around you and let me cough on you a little bit.
Is that your move?
No, right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it working?
Did it work on you? You're the only person here.
No.
Okay.
We get this little POV shot. It's like peeking out from around, something in the office there. And then it's revealed to be Andretti, the watchdog, who's a Rottweiler. They set up that whole thing with the dog to really not have him do a whole lot in this movie.
No. What's weird is that the guy who's like kind of Vanilla Ice-ish, like 90s, like wannabe gangster, it's like he has a little bit of that affectation, especially in the office. He's just like, easy dog.
Yeah.
These are our friends.
It's a weird little interaction.
Are you a druid? What? Can you help us with the fucking leprechaun?
He puts his hand out like he's
Owen.
Owen from Jurassic World.
Owen O'Grady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they Bridget kind of ditches Cody to stay at the racetrack with Ian and the rest of their friends while Cody is forced to go back out and finish the tour.
She says something colder than hell.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I promise things will be different next time. And she turns to him and she's like, Hock tour.
That is cold as hell.
He said, Hock tour, spit on that green and gold little thing. No. She says, what makes you think there's gonna be a next time? And I was like, what the fuck? And fucking Cody turned to the camera and he was like, God damn, I'm shattered. I was like, I bet you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it affected him so much that whenever he's back out driving and one of the tourists are just like, yeah, this whole thing is a scam. Take us back to wherever. And he's like, fine. And he drives through a red light and immediately gets pulled over and taken to jail.
Well, yeah, that's how it works, baby. Click it or ticket.
Yeah.
And run the red light and spend the rest of your life behind bars.
That one doesn't rhyme as well.
That's not rhyming. It's a threat. What is that? What is that? All laws are threats made by the dominant social economic group of any given nation state.
I don't know. This is news to me.
Baby, laws are threats, as I just said to you now.
I'm just learning this.
And all cops are broccolis.
That I did know. But Morty goes and bails him out at the police station. Sergeant Kelly, the guy behind the counter, is played by Al White, who was in the Airplane films, both 1 and 2, the sequel. And then he was in Back to the Future Part 2.
It's interesting because I love all of those movies and I don't recognize this guy at all.
Yeah, he's a character actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morty is running more scams here, trying to get. He gives a brochure trying to sell, a part of these tours to anybody who will listen.
Yeah.
I love the gag with like. He has to sign to get Morty out. And he's like, oh, well, could I have a pen? I don't have a pen.
Right.
And so he hands him. And then he signs really quickly. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And then he slips it into his pocket. And the cop is just like, my pen.
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry. Yeah, Morty is the best of us. Mm-hmm. He's the last of us.
Yeah. He's the best character on the show. The homeless man, like I said before, is dragged back in here right before they leave. And he's trying to explain to them about what happened, but nobody believes him, as is typical in these films. So then Morty and Cody have a moment back at their place. Morty does this a couple times where he at first he's just like, oh man, yeah, you and Bridget, she's such a great girl for you. You guys are so great together. Mm-hmm. And then the second Cody's just like, yeah, but this, and he's like, women are awful. They're going to tear your heart out. That's the only thing they're going to do.
Well, I think he would be a little bit more stabilized, a little bit more possessed of the ability to give good advice if he weren't so drunk all the time.
Oh, right. The drinking. But instead he shows him a 3-card Monte game. And then somehow that makes Cody decide that he needs to go win Bridget back.
Yeah. Morty says something about you got to seize the day, or you got to make sure that every day counts, or some very easy bullshit, which feels very phoned in uncle, step uncle kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he does that character well. But I forget, I think he goes somewhere too at the same time. I think they both leave, but if that is what happens, I can't remember where Morty goes.
Yeah, same. Because then we cut over to Bridget's place where Ian is dropping her off. And Ian's a real piece of shit. He tries to convince her to let him come inside her house. But she tells him, even after that really cold Haktua that she gave Cody, he's like, well, I thought you were done. And she's like, no, man, I'm still with Cody. We had a little moment.
And so he's like, okay, but what about what about the time I took off of work for you? She's like, yeah, still with Cody. And
I was
he's
like, yeah, that was your decision, man, not mine.
And then without any prompting at all, he goes, but what about the chili dogs? I was like, what about the chili dogs?
They were there.
Boom, 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 boom. Doo-doo.
They were outside the Tasty Freeze.
Little ditty about a hawk to a tasty freeze.
And they were sucking them down.
You guys ever hawk tool on a chili dog? But the point is, he says, what about those chili dogs? And I swear I almost had a heart attack of pure happiness. I was like, what about the chili dogs?
Yeah, that's the story I think we really need.
Yeah, that's the Rogue One Star Wars story version.
A leprechaun
that we need.
tale.
Yeah, we need to find out what planet is the leprechaun from, and why do they love chili dogs so much?
Ian's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, a little bit. And then he's like,
He does not take no as an answer.
he does eventually, but he has a lot to say about it, including like, why are you such a stuck-up bitch? And it's like, dude,
Yeah. It's that whole thing of just like, oh, I guess you're just a tease.
it's like one of your closest friends is dating her right now.
Yeah.
And
Knock
he's-
it off.
And he's like, he's a stuck-up bitch too. He should have hawk tooled. That's all Ian cares about. He's a real toxic Cobra Tate kind of guy. But then all of a sudden, she changed her mind.
Oh.
She's like,
Lucky for Ian.
she's like, and he's like, oh my. And then from the garage, she's like, hey, why don't you come over here and fuck me? And Ian's like, well, I'm going to do that. I'm not even going to hesitate. I'm going to do that. And then the leprechaun is projecting her into his mind.
Yeah.
She is an illusion.
This is my favorite reveal
It is. Yeah.
in the entire movie, I think.
It is both
And I
my
don't
favorite.
mean the breasts.
No, it is both my favorite and my least favorite.
Yeah. I love the ridiculousness of there appears to be Bridget who is enticing Ian to come back into the garage, and she is showing off her body, and he is like ogling her,
Both.
whichever.
Either.
And the leprechaun, like you said, is really doing something because he's over in the corner of he's cucking it out from the corner of the garage.
Yeah. And at one point he's like, he laughs.
Yeah.
And the laugh comes out of her mouth. And Ian looks around and he's like, what the fuck was that? Did you hear that? And she's like, it's nothing, honey. Just fuck me. And he's like, all right, can we go inside though? Because it's like,
No,
really
the garage
creepy out
the
here.
garage is better.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it is the reveal of the push lawnmower, or maybe a driving lawnmower, honestly. I don't know. But it's the lawnmower that's completely up on its tail end,
Right.
with the spinning blades right in front of his face.
Like what would be on the ground to cut the grass is facing outward directly in his, he's at eye level with
Yeah.
it. The reason it's good is because it's obviously effective and it's funny and it works well.
Yeah.
The reason I hate it is because why the fuck is that lawnmower in there like that at all to begin with?
the leprechaun.
I guess.
It's not like they stored it that way.
Also, how would he know to do anything with that?
Yeah, how would he know what a lawnmower is?
Yeah, so earlier in the movie, he picks up a quarter.
Yeah, like whenever he first gets out on the town from waking up from the tree.
And this is a problem, by the way, total non sequitur, but this is a problem I have with the dialogue in this movie for a lot of it. He picks up a quarter and he's like, oh, gold. Wait, what the fuck? And he's like, what the fuck is this? And somebody's like, it's a quarter, with the same sort of delivery of they're bombs. It's a bomb factory. It's like, it's a quarter. And he's like, ugh, I don't know. I thought this would be gold. I don't even know. And he kind of throws it away or whatever, and he runs off. And then the next time we see him doing because there's a couple of scenes before this where he's fucking with somebody to take their gold.
Yeah.
He takes the homeless guy's golden tooth in the very his resurrection.
Yeah. And then this guy, he's a talent agent.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh man, I love this whole bit you're doing right here.
Yeah.
Call me whenever. and he like hands him a card or something, and then he spots his gold ring.
Yeah, and so then he like uses, it looks like he uses brain powers to summon the ring to him.
No, he rips his whole finger off.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because then that's where he gets the line of finger licking good, which is like where I think you have your problem.
That's my point, is you don't know what a quarter is, but you know KFC's slogan.
Yeah, that's good.
It's finger licking confusing, and I don't understand why they would write dialogue like this. But
yeah,
like,
when you point that out, it is.
He should have no idea what a riding lawnmower is, but somehow he set it up. He knows how to turn it on and get it to work. But it is a really good bit.
Yeah,
because he's like trying to suck on a. He's trying to whatever the Hawk Tua equivalent. I gotta stop saying that. Whatever, it's funny, but he's done it like 5 times. Of like, get a little closer. Get a little closer, and Warwick is like, hey, me, like watching off from the distance, and then he gets his face lawnmower. Granted, it's all in like shadow, and it's done off screen.
Yeah, we don't get the
Little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, but yeah, that reveal is ridiculous, and I love it. Cody then shows up eventually.
Another thing that pisses me off is that he shows up, he rings the doorbell. And she is in her refrigerator. She's like, Ian, I said no. Oh my God, he just can't leave me alone. And she's like super thrilled.
Yeah, but that could just be her delivery. Because her delivery in a lot of this doesn't match what is going on.
Yeah,
now, I will say she screams really well.
Sure.
Because that opening scream, because she also plays the but that opening scream is fantastic. It is at an 11.
She is maybe the worst, like, female lead of any movie
that we've watched
that
so far.
Talked about on this show.
Okay.
Like, she might be the worst.
Might be. Let us know what you think.
It's like right now, the only other one that I can think of is Candyman Day of the Dead. Is the Playboy
bunny.
Oh
yeah, she's pretty flat.
I don't know who's worse.
Yeah, she's not flat in other places.
No, and in fact, I think that might make her worse a little bit because she had those basically out in front of a child.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, Candyman Day of the Dead is canceled.
Yeah, Cody shows up and he's got flowers for her, and they make up.
And they make out.
Yeah. And I also love this as they're kind of like walking through the house. There's this quick little insert shot of the leprechaun just like climbing in through the window and like sliding behind the couch.
He's climbing in your windows.
Yeah.
He's snatching your jewelry up.
I don't know. It's the fact that like we know he can teleport and he still is just like, oh, well, this window's unlocked.
What fortuitous day. Let me kick my weird little character shoes and get in there. Another moment like the one from earlier where Morty's like our clip where Morty's like, leprechauns aren't real. And then it's like, oh, we're not? And he's like, oh shit, yeah, I guess they are.
Yeah. He starts making Bridget sneeze. And Cody is like, he's trying to say bless you. But then a corded phone jumps off the wall.
Yeah.
Wraps around his neck.
He teached a phone to jump out of its tail. And it wraps around his neck. And he's like, what the fuck? And so he grabs a knife. Quick on his toes. He grabs a knife.
That is.
And he slices the cable away. And he's panting.
But it is that, like, just at the other end of the kitchen, the leprechaun is just peeking out from behind the cabinet.
So he looks and he goes, what? And Cody goes, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm a leprechaun. And it's like, dude, what is this game that you're playing? If you're going to do the sneaky thing, commit.
Yeah.
But it's like you sneak for a second and then whatever plan that you had doesn't work. You're immediately like, well, fuck it.
He's just like so happy at the thing that he's doing. Like he wants to witness it. He can't actually hide. He can't have it happen over there. He has to be a witness to it.
Yeah.
And then he gets caught. And then the leprechaun's out of the bag, if you will.
So Cody, in a fit of rage, goes to stab him and he misses. And
Again,
then,
quick on his feet, this kid.
yeah. But he goes to stab him and he misses. And then the leprechaun uses his leprechaun magic to take the pots and pans rack that's hanging from the ceiling in the kitchen and drop it on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Killing him immediately.
And then the credits roll.
All right, folks. Derek, do you recommend continuing to talk about this movie? Because this is all a rug pull.
When this happens, like Bridget just like, it's this awkward, she runs past the leprechaun, but he's like so enamored with what he just did to Cody that it's like, it takes him a second to be like, oh yeah. And then he turns and goes after her, but like he could have just swiped at her or anything, but like he doesn't. He lets her run by.
He thinks it's very funny to watch a man get covered in a rack of pots and pans.
I guess.
Yeah. He's like, he. Hi, fiddle dee dee. And then he runs away.
She runs, she tries to run out the front door, but then Ian's body is like hanging upside down and like drops in a frame. I assume as a reference to Halloween and Friday the 13th.
I definitely assumed that he was dead. I think the takeaway for this film franchise is I assumed that guy was dead right now.
Oh, he is. Thankfully. Whew. Because he was not going to take no for an answer.
Yeah.
He's bad. And then the leprechaun kind of he catches up with her and she does the Tory of like, what are you? And he like explains and then he's like, oh, you're going to be my bride. Hold on. Let me get some gold here.
He's like, let me back it up. Sorry. Let me back it up. Yeah, I'm a leprechaun. All that's true. But more importantly, we're going to start doing it, fucking doing it. And she's like, I don't want to do anything with you. And he's like, well, too bad because you're my wife, which means we're going to be doing it. He was like, too bad. You're my wife. And she was like, dude, is that fucking Borat? Let's go. I'm going to write my own vows.
But yeah, seeing Bridget, he likes it. He wants to put a ring on it. So he manifests his gold pot and then he goes through it. He rifles through it. And there's like the same collar, I guess, that his slave had on in the beginning.
But instead of like leather and iron, it seems to be made of solid gold.
Yeah. And then he like points and it's on her.
Yeah.
He can just make that appear and happen.
Yeah, it's the classic. You see it in like probably reverse footage. It flies across a room from the camera. And then you spin the camera fast enough to the person that it would then attach to. And it just a camera motion and an actor moving in sync and then a noise. It's like, oh, it's on them now.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. All this is fine.
I just can't wait till we talk about the egg.
Because in Candyman 3. But he puts this collar on Bridget and she ends up like knocking over the rest of the pot of gold. And while he in his frenzy to like pick all the gold up, one of the coins rolls across and rolls into Cody's hand, basically, who wakes up. They have a bit of a scuffle here, but then the leprechaun grabs Bridget and Cody throws a fireplace poker.
He does.
It's back, baby.
Yeah.
And the leprechaun catches it in his hand, but then it burns him. And
the righteous power of the fireplace poker was simply too much for a B-level horror icon to handle.
For anyone who listens to our show, they know that. They know the power of a fireplace poker.
Yeah, that's good.
But then he drops it, and we don't get an explanation until a couple scenes later.
Yeah.
But then he grabs Bridget and they disappear. Mm-hmm. And that's a power that he has. We see him disappear multiple times in this movie.
I think this is the only time with someone.
Yeah. That I can think of. Now we end up with them in the leprechaun's lair. Do you think that these are the same stairs that are used in the opening sequence of the original Leprechaun?
No.
It looks so similar, the way that it comes down around the wall like that.
Oh, maybe you're right.
The lighting is drastically different, but
yeah, maybe
similar. But yeah, takes Bridget to his lair, tells her, explains that she's a descendant of O'Day, and she tries to escape as one would, and he catches her and wraps her in a burlap sheet. She looks very much like, you know, in Return of the King when Frodo is wrapped up by Shelob.
Yeah.
Looks like that a bit. But yeah, he's being a real creep.
Well, the difference is that she has a face of like, oh God, I'm so worried. And Elijah Wood in that scene with Shelob's webs has the look of like, I am about to bust a nut.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest. I know we're not talking about Lord of the Rings, but like that whole facial like journey that he takes through that whole scene just feels like that. Like, I want to get wrapped up like that.
Yeah. Has she like, is there some kind of, has she like bitten him at that point or something? So is he going through some sort of
like
euphoria? Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, yeah, bite me again, spider lady.
But yeah, the leprechaun's being a creep.
He's such a creep.
And he
does two things. Number one, he says, I want to lay with you on a leprechaun's pot of gold, and dumps his gold all over her body.
Yeah.
He's torn the burlap sack open to get to her stomach.
Cause he's like, we're gonna have to do some alterations to your body and your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna bang you
because you're gonna have a litter of my children.
Which a litter of the wee people just feels so, I don't know, ableist, racist. I don't know. It sounds terrible. But yeah, he suggests, this movie was DOA, baby. He suggests something to the effect of, we're going to change your face so our kids can nurse on you, which what the fuck do you mean? And then he's like, yeah, we got to change your body so that you're more accustomed to carrying a litter, which again, you know, like, what the fuck? So disgusting. And then he dumps gold all over and he's like, I'm going to fuck you on the gold. And then he looks around and he's like, wait a minute. I'm missing a single doubloon. I'm going to go kill your fucking boyfriend. You stay here. And she's like, no, wait. Don't leave me tied up. And he's like, no, I'm not going to. Because the thing is that you can try your best to leave, but you will never figure out how. And he like kind of cackles and vanishes.
Now, you bring up a good point and something that I hadn't really considered talking about, like giving birth to these leprechauns. Mm-hmm. And like, what does a leprechaun woman look like?
I would imagine like him.
Like, and is it like a dwarf situation, like for Lord of the Rings, back on that topic, where it's like the dwarven women also are known for their beards and things?
Maybe.
Now, do you think that a woman, a female leprechaun, if you will, do you find that more or less attractive than Greta the Gremlin? Because I know my answer.
Oh, God. I'm abstaining.
All right.
I'm abstaining from answering.
Guys, let us know what you think.
Not only am I abstaining from answering, I think I'm now going to practice abstinence forever.
I saved your soul.
Oh, too late. I sold it so I could talk about these movies.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, she kind of tricks him or whatever and untying her, and he leaves. And then we cut back and forth to her, but I'll just say, like, she runs around. She's trying to escape. She always ends up back to the main chamber.
A couple clever things. She finds like what I thought was an ice pick, but he calls it an awl.
What would you do with that?
An awl?
Yeah.
Use it to punch holes in belts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
so she's found a box of his filled with knickknacks, beer bottles, and weird like random things that aren't clearly treasure, but that he likes to have. Mm-hmm. One of them is an awl, so that's important to note. And then the other thing that I think the only thing that's interesting of any of these scenes is that she grabs a bunch of pond stones, like a bunch of rocks, and kind of bundles them in a bag, and she starts picking them up one by one to make herself like a little trail. And after she leaves like 8 or 9 of them, she turns and they're vanishing one by one. Mm-hmm. She's like, there's magic to keep me from being able to tell where I've been. Like, yeah, the whole thing is kind of nightmarish. And I think if they had taken it more seriously and decorated the set a bit better, it would have been interesting.
Yeah, because like the little bit of a set that we have here, anytime that they're running through these hallways of this cave system, very much like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, to me.
Yeah.
Just kind of it almost looks like paper mache, sort of like construction paper on the walls. I also love that in certain shots, whenever they're running through, you can see the lights shining through the wallpaper, if you will. Like you can almost see the structure underneath.
Yeah.
And then it also, the way that it kind of works, where as they run like down a hallway and then they appear back where they were, is very much like the catacombs in Hellraiser 2.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
little things there.
No, our leprechaun is gone to find
Cody.
Yeah, and the way he does that is he plays sleuth, and he goes back to the scene of the crime where police have discovered.
dumbest thing ever.
It is. Police have discovered that this is the name of the person who they suspect. The police force suspects. So then he summons from a cop's hand.
Like
Like
he's up in a tree.
he summons like their
He's a
information.
leprechaun in a tree, just like in Mobile, Alabama.
I don't
You don't
know
get that
is.
reference?
No,
Okay, well,
they will at home.
maybe in a couple weeks you'll get it.
Hey guys, if you get that reference at home, good on you. Leave us a comment about how to pronounce your last name, and Derek will botch it.
Could be a crackhead. Got a hold of the wrong stuff. Told him to be a leprechaun and climb in a tree.
What is that from?
The leprechaun from yeah.
All right. But so he then finds out Cody's information, and he goes after him.
Yeah. But the reason it's dumb is because he steals this card from this cop.
Yeah.
And on the card is written the name Cody.
Right.
There's no last name.
No.
There's no defining features in any way.
He also is wearing bright green and white and gold, and he summons a business card basically out of the blue, like out of this woman's hand, and she doesn't think to look up
Nah.
and be like, "Hey guys, shoot that."
It was probably the wind.
It's not the point.
But yeah, Cody is this, he's the prime suspect in Ian's death and Bridget's disappearance.
Yeah.
And so he is explaining that to Morty, the whole situation, shows him the gold coin. This is where our clip comes in because they read up on leprechaun mythology.
Right.
This is where they find the weakness to wrought iron and figure out why he's after Bridget. They after he attacks them, appearing, like you had laughed at before, and Morty immediately is like, "Oh no, I believe in leprechauns now."
Right.
They go out this escape. They like escape through the window to the. I don't know if it's the fire escape. No, I guess I don't know if they're on the ground floor. It doesn't matter. They go out the window and these like bars fall down over the window as the leprechaun's trying to follow them. And as he grabs them, they also must be wrought iron because he burns himself there.
Right.
And they take like a mental note of that, like, oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And then they go to Brennan's bar, which is where we found Morty in earlier. And it is packed with people for St. Patty's Day. I like this little shot here. Cody goes into the bathroom and we get this kind of like fake out scare where we think the leprechaun
is like on his way.
Yeah.
But then it's just another, like, it's just a little person dressed up as a leprechaun for.
And he gives him a gold coin.
This is a more recognizable.
Yeah.
person.
Tony Cox is his name. He also played an Ewok in Return of the Jedi. He was also in Willow, and he was a stunt double for Warwick in Leprechaun, the original one. But more interesting to me is in Beetlejuice, he plays the preacher, the little
Really?
like alien looking guy.
Weird. Okay.
And then he would also be in Ghoulies 4. But he's in like Bad Santa 2.
Yeah.
He is in like Epic Movie. He is in a ton of parody flicks and things like that.
That's very funny. But he gives him, importantly, he does that little person does give him Cody a coin. And he says it's 100% pure milk chocolate.
His performance is so strange.
It's so strange.
The way that he
Holds his head.
his
like,
eyes are like so wide.
and he does like the fakest smile. It's like Tiny Tim energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange.
And then after Cody leaves, I love this bit because he walks over to the urinal, and the urinal for him is at like head height.
Right.
And he's like grabbing his pants, like trying to figure it out. Like, how is he supposed to do this? We go back out and he finds Morty at the bar, and the leprechaun is sitting at the other end of the bar, just glaring at them.
Favorite visuals ever.
Yeah.
Is because Cody goes on this ramble to Morty about what is happening and what they need and blah, blah, blah. And Morty says nothing. He's like, Morty, are you fucking listening to me? And Morty's like, he's here. And he just leans his head over and you scroll down the bar and then it's just him. The leprechaun is like crisscross, like his arms are crossed. He's mean mugging the fuck out of the camera. And it's just like, is this where Into Hood comes from?
Oh, yeah.
Are these moments that people related to and thought were really interesting?
Yeah, because the leprechaun likes to drink.
I guess. Because Morty is like, hey, drinking contest time. Mm-hmm. And if I had a nickel for every time a character that I like surprisingly outdrinks a mythological creature, I'd have a nickel.
Oh, okay.
I was bound to get that nickel someday.
Yeah. Were you going to make an Indiana Jones reference and then you were like, no, nobody was.
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Oh, okay. You'd like his hat. But yeah, he challenges them to a drinking contest. There's a little moment here where there's a bunch of other little people in the bar and they begin to chant one of us. Which is a tribute to a similar scene from Todd Browning's 1932 film Freaks. Another film that I have not seen yet.
Okay.
But I need to.
Add that to the list.
And basically Morty has used this to his advantage of like, he's now, gets the leprechaun drunk and he's like, okay, now Cody, you can go like save Bridget and I'm going to hold him here.
Right.
And then the leprechaun is just like, no, you don't. And he tries to levitate like an ashtray from down on the other side of the bar and it makes it like halfway. And then just like spins out of control and crashes.
And Morty's like, ain't nobody ever told you not to levitate and drink. And it's like, have they told you that?
And then it's like the easiest little thing. Like he just turns on the jukebox and it starts playing a song and Morty reacts to that. Then the leprechaun just runs away.
Right. It's like Inferno.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, you'll never be able to leave. Oh, okay. Well, here I go. And then they just leave.
Nothing bad happens.
With nothing to stand in his way, yeah.
He ends up sobering up at this espresso bar, and the barista there mocks his height.
Yeah.
The waiter, the barista, if you will, played by Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Who is famously from Mad TV, and we have spoken about him before because he
kills these Lil Jon. Yeah. Weird.
So not only is he the only actor out there who's been killed by both Mike Myers in Austin Powers and Michael Myers in Halloween Kills.
He's also been killed by Warwick Davis.
Uh-huh. Now, as a former barista,
yeah,
have you ever thought of killing someone with a steamer like he does here?
Okay. Okay, that is more coffee specific. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think about killing people with all kinds of stuff all the time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like right now I'm thinking about a way that I could collapse you into that bookshelf behind you.
I'm sure we'll figure it out by the end of the show.
I got him, guys.
Ow.
He's dead.
Yeah, but he steams him to death.
He does. It's a good look.
Yeah. Like they don't do a lot of, because like the lawnmower kill, like you said, is done in silhouette with the shadows. This we get to see a bit of that because he like stabs his hands down to the counter itself
with like knives, like table knives.
Yeah. And
then it's like his face coming back up and his hair is like burned away and it's like super wet because of the heat from the steam. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
He looks like a steamed ham.
So we're going back to the go-kart track because basically Cody and Morty are like, oh yeah, he was weak to that cast iron.
Yeah.
We noticed that.
So I know where there's a whole safe.
Yeah.
That we can put him in.
So they go there and they empty out this safe made of cast iron with the hopes of capturing this leprechaun there.
Yeah.
And he appears and he goes to attack Morty.
Right.
Morty had gone outside because he was like, well, yeah, we got to get this thing in the hearse. So I'm going to go move the car up.
Right.
And so the leprechaun like appears and there's a little back and forth there, but he's about to attack Morty. And then Cody sees this out the door and he's like, gets his attention. He's like, no, come and get me. I know you want me. And there's a giant dog door for the Andretti, the Rottweiler from earlier. And so the leprechaun, like almost like a bull, like he like runs at the dog door and goes through, but Cody has put the safe behind it. And so then he like slams it shut and has trapped the leprechaun in there.
This is the most fascinating series of visual effects in the entire movie.
Truly.
Morty then locks Cody into a closet and decides that he's going to take this opportunity of the captured leprechaun to leverage him for 3 wishes. And the first wish that he makes would be that all of the leprechaun's wealth, his gold, would be inside of Morty. And that yields with like the most sort of judgment, like moral tale of he gets the pot of gold appears within his stomach, but the visual effects are truly amazing and disgusting.
Oh yeah. Because he wishes for, because it's like and he rattles off a couple things. It was like, you know what? I could ask you for this. I could ask you for this. I want your pot of gold specifically.
Yeah.
All of it.
The leprechaun's like, you're such a dick.
And then it's that thing of when you ask for something in D&D, like for wishes, you have to be very specific on how you word it. Or, certain genies in certain stories are told that way.
Yeah.
Or like the monkey's paw, where it's like, it always kind of bites you. And in this case, it grows inside of Morty's stomach.
And then it
distends.
It's like slackened, like pale skin with bits of hair grown out of it, stretched over the opening of the pot.
But you can see the ridges of the side of it, like the handles and stuff.
Truly disgusting.
And it's like he truly seems like he is in pain.
Yeah.
And like just immediately starts begging of like, get this thing out of me.
So he's like, you got to get me out of here. You have to wish me out of here. So he does. And then he's like, well, you got to actually let me out of here because it's Kastner and I can't do anything about that. So he has to pull the safe and open it again. And he gets him out. And then he's like, please get this out of me. And Warwick's like, your wish is my command. And then drags a finger across and his stomach, like it looks very similar to the Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like thicker strips of like meaty skin come apart. At which point, fortunately for Cody, he gets out of this closet that he's trapped in.
Yeah, he like goes out of a, you mentioned the Thing.
Yeah.
He goes out of he's locked in this closet like McCready was.
Yeah.
He goes out a window and then he comes around the other way to the door. Do you think that Andretti was the Thing?
No.
Oh.
That's Buddy. But there is this really heartfelt sort of like, he's devastated. Cody is seeing Morty gone this way. And then the police show up immediately.
Yeah, there's a security guard who Morty had bumped into before.
Yeah.
But he accuses Cody of being behind all the murders, and he's walking him outside, and he hears a little girl's voice from the racetrack.
Right.
And Morty's like, that is the leprechaun. He is tricking you.
Yeah. To which the cop is like, yeah, whatever. And then the leprechaun has constructed a ridiculous, like, Fred Flintstone looking, covered in like weird bones and stones and shit.
It's what he likes to do.
It's like a go-kart, and then he uses it to kill the cop by running him over.
It looks very much to me like what they do to the Delta 88 in Army of Darkness.
Okay. I was going to say it looks like something out of Wacky Racers.
It does look like that.
But he uses that Wacky Racer.
And like it's spray paint on the side. It says, I want me gold.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. But yeah, he grabs the wheel because he doesn't kill the security guard in any interesting way.
He just like runs him down, doesn't he? Yeah.
Then he tries to do the same thing to Cody, and then it doesn't hurt Cody at all.
Right.
Because Cody has that gold doubloon still. And new bit of lore drop. If you have in your possession the leprechaun's gold, he can't hurt you. Which completely negates the last movie as well.
Huh.
But that's apparently a thing, is if you have some of the gold, you know, Jesus is kind of in your corner on that.
Okay. Do you think that this is where they got the idea for the cursed gold in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, I do.
You think this is it?
Yeah, because of the medallion.
Uh-huh.
Or I think they even say doubloon at one point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We figured it out, guys.
We figured it out.
But yeah, he just kind of phases through him when he tries to hit him. And then I will say, I don't know how dangerous this stunt would have been, but the second time he tries it, because Cody like kind of calls him on his bluff of just like, nope, if you want it, you got to come and get it from me.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like, he's betting on it and he closes his eyes because it's still, you know, he's driving at him. But the wide shot of Cody lying on the ground and the cart pulling up and like slamming on brakes right up.
Right.
But it's like the spikes are on either side of his head. It's like they had to be like lined up perfectly.
Have
and
to
like,
have. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a major thing. I just think it's, you know.
Maybe they were going much slower and the footage
And they
sped up.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. But the leprechaun disappears and Cody grabs a iron bar. This is a dumb, I hate this. Like he screams to the, you know, world of like, I'm going to get you, leprechaun. I'm going to find you because I know where you live.
You don't like Point Break?
No.
Come on, baby. That's
No.
Keanu.
Not in this way.
No, I know.
This is far more like to bring up Candyman 3 again, much like after Candyman slaughters the group of goths, and then she like picks up something and she's like, I'm gonna get you, and she like goes for the Oscar, but they only get 2 takes. So
The 2 takes would be a luxury in this film.
yeah,
They get half a take. That's why each scene feels so rushed and not fleshed out at all, is because they only got half a take. So every line was cut in half.
yeah, they just.
Oh, man.
We move to our finale, which is back at his lair, the leprechaun's lair. Bridget has changed into this like
Red silk.
dress that he had left for her.
I tell you what, I do hate this entire sequence.
Yeah,
It's just all it is repeats
Yeah, it
of
goes
things
on
we've
for
already seen,
far too long.
or new things that then immediately repeat themselves 5 times. It's
Fair.
horribly frustrating.
Yeah.
They don't add anything new.
No.
Warwick never reaches his third and final phase or whatever.
Yeah.
He's just bald.
Now I will say there's a very scary part here as Cody comes into the lair. He's looking around trying to find Bridget.
Oh, right.
There's a spooky skeleton that pops out and attacks him.
Goddamn spooky. You know, they saw that earlier. And the leprechaun tells her when he was showing her around for the first time, what a touching family reunion, because that is our old slave to Warwick Davis, his leprechauns, like kind of the master of him.
Yeah, in the opening scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, the skeleton pops out and he is like, the leprechaun is controlling him. Very Army of Darkness, skeletons
Jason
walking around.
Aronofsky, yeah.
Fantastic.
T-800 from the original
Oh, yeah,
Terminator
yeah.
movie?
The way that the feet are shot, like the way they stomp across the ground. But yeah, Cody knocks its block off. And then next he falls into like a weird thicket of vines and stuff that the leprechaun has conjured. Very Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I don't know what, if it goes as badly as it went for her.
I would hope not.
But yeah, he eventually finds Bridget, and the best and dumbest thing.
Yeah.
Every scene that we've seen in this lair so far, in this main chamber, there's been this odd egg-shaped rock formation in the middle of the room.
My favorite thing.
And in this moment, that Cody shows up and is like, Bridget, I'm here to it's the Luke Skywalker moment of I'm here to rescue you. The leprechaun just bursts out of it.
He explodes from it. He hatches.
And he's a surprise. Because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
And now it's your birthday.
When we saw this originally, Dylan saw it with us. And Dylan said that he had envisioned a world in which the leprechaun had been given the 5 years to just prep, and that in every room in every home he would have like gotten Anthropology and like all of these like lifestyle stores to give a shit about the random egg, so that everybody has a random egg in their house, so that he could just teleport there and burst out of the egg. Because he's like, nah, and they're like, what the fuck? We gotta get out of here.
But the way that it's shot is so terrible. It's like when you shoot something like that, you almost shoot it like a stunt. Like you need multiple cameras on it. You get it from a bunch of different angles. And this is like, you get a quick shot of him popping out of it.
Yeah.
And then a different angle of him like reaction. And then they both are just like, what? And then they run away. Like you don't get time to even sit with it of like what you just saw.
The egg was a big deal. That was going to be lore. That was how a leprechaun was made.
Uh-huh.
But instead, they were like, just put Warwick in it.
Yeah.
He knows what to do when you put him in a silly thing that rolls.
But I don't know. There is something so ridiculous about this thing being sitting there this whole time. And you look at it and you're like, well, clearly something's going to come out of that.
Right.
But okay. Yeah, they run into the labyrinth of these cave tunnels, and they get separated, and they bump into each other, and they get separated, and they bump into each other. And eventually he bumps into Bridget, and Bridget's just like, oh, everything's fine. I found a way out.
Right.
But you just got to give me that coin. We're going to leave it here. Because as long as he's looking for it, he's going to come after us. But if you just leave it here, it's going to be fine.
And Cody's like, you know what? That seems weird, but okay.
And so, yeah, he gives it to her. And then, wouldn't you know it, she's revealed to be the leprechaun in disguise.
But here's the interesting part. And in the vein of the interesting part, Cody is then stabbed through the chest with a piece of wrought iron.
Yeah, that iron that he brought.
Yeah. And then
a tire iron.
Her reaction is literally to be like,
it is.
Is it over? Is this really over? Is it finally over?
It is the worst thing.
Like, are you excited that he's dead?
I don't understand it. Everything is a question from that point on, because she screams. She has a great scream again. This is our second like payoff, huge big scream. She runs over to him on the ground. She looks and she's like, he's dead?
Right.
Is he dead?
Which, like, had it been done by a stronger performer, you and I would be sitting there talking about how weirdly grounded that is.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It comes off as like a middle school monologue.
Yes. It comes off as like, yeah, she read the script.
It's the vagina monologue. That's my doing Cartman.
Oh, okay.
Vagina.
Yeah, it's not good. Anything that she does.
Oh, I thought you meant my Cartman impression. I was like,
no, that's pretty good.
It's fine.
But yeah, and then we get, like he's been doing this whole time, Warwick's been doing rhymes.
Oh my God, I'm like a fool this whole movie.
Cry as you will. Cry as you might. We're gonna have a heck of a wedding night.
I'm gonna bite you in your neck.
But would you guess
Probably not.
that this death was a trick?
Yeah, big time.
Now, my question, I guess, is she in on it? Was this a plan?
No.
Because they didn't have any time alone together to make a plan, right?
Here's why I'm going to say it's not a plan, because her performance is so dead and flat and stupid and bad and dead and flat that if it was a plan, she sells it way too well.
Oh.
And she's so bad at acting that there's no way.
Okay. You're probably right.
Yeah, her performance is bad.
But the trick here is that Cody actually gave the chocolate coin to the leprechaun.
Yeah.
So he is invulnerable to the leprechaun.
Bit of a plot hole though, because we do see him eat it earlier.
No, I think he goes to eat it, and then once I think he like in that moment is like, oh, maybe this could come in handy later because it looks like an actual coin. Because I thought the same thing, but I think unless he eats one and takes another.
Oh, well, that's rude.
Yeah,
that's why that little guy was like giving him the side eye while he was in the bathroom.
He's like, drink that guy under the table.
He's like, you just took 2 of my goddamn gold coins.
I didn't offer you
They're
2.
Real milk chocolate. They're gelt. You bastard.
So yeah. Instead, Cody then stabs the leprechaun with the wrought iron stake that he has.
Yeah.
And
there's no better way to say this There's no easier way to explain what then happens to the leprechaun.
Yeah.
He bursts.
He does.
He bursts.
He
like an overwatered water balloon. He bursts.
He explodes like Chucky does at the end of Child's Play, like 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And
he does. He's like, oh, yes. And he's just everywhere.
Yeah.
He explodes. He explodes outwardly. Like the egg he was in earlier exploded, but instead of him exploding out of it, he is the thing now that has exploded.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they shot this properly with like multiple camera angles and in slow motion.
looks good.
And because I assume it's just a dummy that they put explosives in and they blew it up.
Probably.
We don't have much left of this movie because Cody and Bridget run out of here right before he explodes.
Yeah.
They make it outside of the tree.
Mm.
Is the only reason they can finally escape is because he's exploded?
I guess.
So he has no more hold over them. But they get up there and she's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, no, this solves it. They didn't know that there wasn't a plan because she's like, well, how did you know that it wasn't really me?
Right.
And he's like, oh, well, he kisses differently than you.
Such a weird line of dialogue. He kisses different.
Uh-huh.
Not suddenly you were a bad kisser, which would have been weird to focus on anyway, but at least kind of like maybe a funny way. But it's like, he kissed me and he kissed me and it was different. I could tell. It's like, did you like it? Because that's basically what she said. She's like, well, whose do you like better? And he's like, bitch, I ain't telling you shit.
I think he lies to her in this moment.
Yeah. He's like,
I can't believe we blew him up. I'm never going to no one else is going to kiss me like that ever again.
yeah. He's like, bitch, I ain't writing your name in my diary tonight.
No.
I'm writing his name down.
Right. And his name is
Leprechaun.
the Leprechaun. But yeah, they kiss and then they walk down these stairs, the Houdini stairs where he died. Apparently that was a whole plot point.
We'd have
there.
to ask Dylan.
They kiss again.
Yeah.
And then the credits start rolling.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of this movie. Probably the best part of this entire franchise is they're all short. This isn't like an 85-minute movie. There's nothing to it. I literally on my rewatch this week, I had to pause it at some point and I was like, we are 35 minutes into this already? What is happening?
Yeah. Okay, well, to that end, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
It's only an hour, it's only 125 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you recommend it?
Probably for that reason. Sure.
Yeah. Not 120. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an hour and 25.
Yeah, it's an hour and 25.
Yeah. I would probably say I would recommend it for Morty's actor.
Yes.
Because his performance is so simple.
Very
but
good.
Interesting. I would recommend it for some of the visual effects are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also just, again, Warwick Davis is just silly as shit.
Yes.
And they just let him do whatever he wants. He just runs around and he's a strange little guy.
His makeup is so gross.
Yeah.
There are at least 2 moments in this. I don't know why, but he looks directly into the camera.
He does. One of them, he's like on top of, it's like he's like leaned, he's leant on top of her, going through all of his gold, and he's like the gold doubloon is missing, and like looks up into the camera,
Yeah.
and it's like, what?
But then
Me?
and I
You're
can't.
talking to me?
Yeah, that's the one that really sticks out. But then there is a one where he's framed further away, and he still like locks onto the camera, and then it's like he realizes like, oh right, and then looks over there. But I clocked it at least twice.
Warwick, what are you doing? And he's just like, I'm just being silly, man.
But also his teeth, they do that thing, and I can't really remember. Did they give him prosthetic teeth in the first one?
No, I don't think so. I think
In
it was
this
paint.
one, they just they just paint the teeth to where they look like they're points.
But then in some shots they look really good, and then other shots it looks like he has like loose nail polish on his teeth.
Like it's worn off.
Yeah, it's
And
gross.
it's not that great. But yeah, the makeup itself on him is great. The costuming is great.
Even with the movie's flaws, it's like, because there are minor nitpicks that you can make, but it's like none of them are too egregious.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's like this is a fine sequel, and honestly, I kind of wish this was the first one.
Yeah.
It does enough new and enough silly shit, like the fucking pot of gold in the stomach.
Yeah.
It's such a like that's such an iconic moment from this franchise.
Oh yeah. It's probably, I mean, that's the most interesting thing in the whole movie. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, it looks pretty gross.
But then Morty's actor is the best one in here.
Fucking Clint Howard has a surprising amount of screen time.
Yeah.
You'd expect him to have gotten his shit done in like an afternoon, but it's like, no, he had to be in that fucking hearse for a little bit.
Yeah. They took him on a whole tour.
Yeah. A 3-hour tour.
He's like, no, I need to be in character here.
What's your character? My character is Don Howard's brother.
But yeah, they don't, again, this is another one where it's just kind of like, it doesn't do enough wrong to like piss me off or upset me in any way. It doesn't offend me in any way. It just is kind of there and it's fun. And, I mean, at least this one, like tonally, it feels like they're choosing things instead of like, hey, in reshoots, we had to just change everything. And all of a sudden it's an R rating as well. It's like, no, I think they went into this one knowing like, hey, this is what we did last time we can get away with. Let's go for the R rating and I don't know, change up the lore a bit or a lot of it.
Well, and not to mention they had the agency of going, well, what do we want to do? Not okay. Well, what have 7 other horror movies this year done? Because we are dick writing this trend so fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, and we're right back into kind of the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street stuff where it's like this one did really well. Green light the next one and drop it next year. Like we are gonna just bang these things out until they don't pay us anymore.
We're going to bang these things out until Warwick births us a litter of wee people, which is a sentence that they actually say in this goddamn movie.
That's awful. I want to be dead.
Thanks for tuning into the Third Channel podcast. Please, if you have the time, rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast apps.
You can follow us on social media at Third Channel Podcast, and you can find me online at thatdrosenberg.
You can also reach out to us at thirdchannelpodcast@gmail.com, where we check every message we swear. Third Channel is hosted by PJ Minette
and Derek Rosenberg. Theme song and audio engineering by Fly Guy Ty.
The logo designed by Bell DeVelco.
Episode artwork by Nathan Walkington.
Keep it tuned right here to the Third Channel for all things horror. And remember, don't touch that dial.
Egg salad and eggs.